Hello again. It's us.
Yeah.
And today we're here with the second part of our video devoted to black mixed media paper and the different mediums that you can use on this kind of paper. So in part one, Julia, can you show us what
Yes, of course.
we did
Yes.
in part one?
Yes. We talked about white pencils. We talked about white gel pencil. We talked about white marker and metallic markers, different
Spent a
colors,
lot of
and we
time
talked
on that,
about,
didn't we? With the metallic markers. That was the most fun part.
yeah. And we talked about pastel pencils. Was all really fun, right?
Yes. And so, what's the plan today?
Today we will talk about colored pencils, metallic watercolor, also really cool, metallic, and about gouache. Yeah,
Okay,
I love it.
well, since we're using water today, the big
Yes.
question is what kind of paper is it? Because, it's one thing using dry media, but then if we add water, not all paper is suitable for that. So, can you show us?
Yes.
I'll put you up on the
I
big
use,
screen. So, can you, yes, show us the paper you're using?
yes, I use quite thick paper. It's 20,
Mhm. 250
250.
grams.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. And it's because we will use wet media, wet mediums,
Mm-hmm.
like gouache and metallic watercolor. So if you draw with dry mediums, it doesn't really matter. But personally, I prefer thick paper for actually everything because it's so nice to draw on thick paper. And but for wet mediums, it's very important mm, to use a thicker paper. Definitely, it's much better. Otherwise, your paintings won't be very beautiful. Okay. Do you
Okay.
have any other questions
Hmm, I don't think so.
before we
Not
start?
yet.
Okay.
So pencils, colored pencils first, right?
Yes. Yes. Colored pencils. Okay. First, the benefits. Let me take a look. The
Then the problems.
benefits of of colored pencils are that you can add vibrant colors, of course. Colored pencils are vibrant, and they're absolutely amazing for subtle sketches with some gradients. And yeah, let's take a look. Oh, and the challenges are also important. It may require more layers for opacities. Sometimes you need to draw a few layers before your um, colored pencils start to look more opaque. And they are not very suitable for quick sketches, or I mean, the technique is not very quick. And what you can do with colored pencils is that you probably don't really use them on their own. You use them um, in in combination with different colors. And I have here a very sharp uh, colored pencil, and it's not yellow but golden sun, and you can draw very sharp lines. So as we did with white pencils, it's actually exactly the same. With colored pencils, you can create sharp lines, sharper than with um, with pastel pencils, and you also can do uh, something like this. So create lighter parts and create darker parts, the gradient. And one very important note. Oh, I start to draw first, and then I show you how to remove lines actually. Because you don't need an eraser for when you draw on black paper. It's really cool. Okay,
Okay,
so
now, Julia, now I remember my question. Is I mean, you're so confident just drawing with white or with yellow, whatever, on this black paper. But if I need to create a preliminary sketch, like, do I use a graphite pencil or?
no, I actually wouldn't recommend to draw with graphite pen. So I have one here, and I don't really like how it looks because it's a little bit like a metallic, but it's not that beautiful. So
Okay,
it makes your sketch look a little bit weird. So I would say when you make a preliminary sketch, just use the colors, one of the colors you will use later for your sketch.
right.
For example, if I draw a street um, like this, for example, and perspective is always interesting to draw, and I can use, for example, um, a pencil, my favorite, turquoise, for the sky, and it's quite quick sketch. You can of course um, create less sketchy and more subtle sketches, but it's for the idea, and I actually love to draw less subtle sketches, but you already can see how beautiful it looks like this, and maybe some less pressure on this side. You can vary the pressure and create very beautiful colors. And for the light part, for example, here, for the sunny part, we can use a light pencil, a light yellow pencil, and another one for a little bit darker one, less yellow, for another part, for the less sunny part. And we can draw a door here, for example, and let's draw a door frame, and here we can draw two windows. I think it's a simple but a very cool sketch, something like this. And also, even if you use darker colors like this one, you still can add color, and it looks quite interesting. What do you think? You can see it, right? And
Mhm.
it creates a very, very beautiful, very interesting look, I think. And I wouldn't recommend to make very complicated sketches on black paper, just because, it's about urban sketching or about quick sketching, and it's about fun and colors. And also, something like this is already very, very nice, right? And I wanted to show you how to remove lines that you don't like. So we don't um, we don't use eraser. We do something different. Let's draw here something, and imagine that I don't like it. I just made a mistake, and now I want to get rid of these white lines. So I don't use the eraser because it's quite difficult to remove the lines, but I just use a black pencil, and it looks like magic. You can you can remove unnecessary lines in a very precise way.
Can you do the same on the blue part?
Of course.
Just a little bit. Okay. All right.
So I can remove, for example, this whole part.
Okay, and the colored
It's cool.
pencils are pretty much the same pencils that you use for your regular sketches, like
Yes, yes,
luminance and the
yes.
other.
I have here different ones. I have,
Mhm,
for example, these are luminance
mhm,
pencils,
mhm.
and they are very soft. So the colors are bright and very, yeah. They appear very bright on dark paper. But also, the these are polychromos from Faber-Castell, and they also appear quite good. These are um, harder pencils, but still they work very well. And this is the also luminance pencil, a soft one. You can see that it's a little bit brighter. It's more. There are not pastel pencils, absolutely not, but they are softer than the usual one. And oh, look at this
Okay, nice.
beautiful
Yes, gorgeous.
cobalt blue.
Okay, I have to stop you here with the pencils. I know you can play all day long. But
I
should
do.
we move along? Because, well, these shiny golden circles at the top
Ah,
of your screen here, uh, it's like, it's my wish
yes.
list for Christmas for sure. But I don't
Yes.
want to wait until Christmas. So, metallic, so these are Winsor and Newton
No,
metallic
these are
watercolors,
fine
no?
attack. Fine
Oh,
attack
okay.
colors.
All right.
These are the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
The best metallic watercolors I've ever tried. And I have here some metallic colors too. And you can see that, by the way, before I start talking about other things, I need to make my colors wet, because if you don't make them very wet, then they actually don't work. If you just take them from um, a pen and you try to paint with them, you don't see anything. So we need to wait a little bit. And in meanwhile, I can show you what I did here. And there are different
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
different colors. I have here only like golden colors and kind of silver, but they also have different brands have different possibilities with colors, and there are so many of them, and they are so cool. But again, the same as with metallic markers, you can't really see them without uh, other materials. But I think it would actually be great to use them, for example, like together, a
Mm.
combination of some thicker lines or thicker strokes with very thin ones. But still, I think it's quite boring if you only use metallic colors. So, but it's very interesting if you use them in combination with other materials, like maybe gouache. Uh, Let me show you. Yeah, it's still not very thick. And this is a kind of challenge with
Hmm.
this paints, because you really need to make them very wet. Then they appear better. You can see now that the line is more opaque. And this color is easier to to use, and it's thicker. And you of course can use it like this, but I don't really like this thin option. I think it looks a little bit messy, right? But I like to use this metallic colors on white paper in combination with gouache, for example. And the picture behind me with the central station of Rotterdam, the station, the building of the station is made with one of these beautiful metallic colors, beautiful golden colors. So
So,
this
Julia,
is
before you move on, I just wanted to show something from our blog.
of course.
This is what you the combinations that you showed that you did using. Well, these were some other metallic paints. I think these were Winsor and Newton
Yes.
metallic watercolors, but the idea is the same. Yeah, combine using them on white paper and combining them with um, regular watercolors with other colors, because otherwise it would be, well, too much if you only use
Yeah.
on their own. And also I like this quick sketch, kind of like a thumbnail sketch, where you also use these metallic colors in combination with regular colors.
Yes. Yes, and with fine liners. So a combination of different materials is the best option with this metallic colors. The last material is gouache, and it's of course also my favorite. Let me show you. So I have here some gouache, and I actually want to paint this first I want to show you how it works, of course. This is very transparent color, so you can see that it's you can see it very well on paper, but you need to use a lot of color, otherwise it starts to get a little too transparent and don't look very well. But if we use a color like this, this is opaque white color, then you can see that it's a very good option, and it's very, very opaque. And let me actually draw this picture like you showed before, this picture of the a combination of gouache and metallic colors. I actually want to try it on black paper and see how it works. So you can see that the gouache looks really great on this black paper. And now let's try to, oh wow, this is really cool. Look at
Well, you
this
can't
gouache.
really go wrong with turquoise, can you?
No, it's so
It always
perfect.
looks good.
Yeah. And let's add some golden color to it. Yeah, it's quite a mess, but it's it's the idea. Because when it dries, we actually can add some colored pencils to it, and then it will look really, really cool. But you can see that it works. It works great on this. No, it's still too red now. But we can add some highlights to the trees, for example, here in the background. And then create something like this. And now you can see that it's kind of landscape. More gold. And more blue. I think it's really cool, right? Like this.
I think we really need a workshop on that.
Also, another
So I
workshop.
think we need,
Yeah.
well, yes, at least one workshop for sketching on black paper for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, can you promise that?
Yeah.
Maybe sometime in winter, or when it's dark outside, you'll feel more inspired to do that. Maybe inside Brave Brush's studio. I'm sure our members
Oh,
would really
this
love
would be
that.
great. Yeah.
But in any case, I just wanted, well, to thank you, Julia, for sure, for
You're
doing
welcome.
this. It's always fun to watch you experiment with with materials and see the joy that you feel while while doing it. I also wanted to remind everyone that we have a blog post. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Yes, I'll share my screen in just a second. So a blog post with 12 amazing gift ideas for artists and creatives. And in that blog post, you can have the link to these shiny metallic watercolors that Julia uses. And also, another amazing gift is the pencil sharpener. Like you said, some
Yeah.
pencils need to be really, really sharp. And this is the one you use. This is the one that I have at home too, mostly used by
Yes,
my
the
daughter.
perfect one.
Yes, but it is the perfect pencil sharpener. Anyway, so there's that blog post. We published it almost a year ago, but the content, these gifts are truly amazing to this day. It hasn't changed, right? Not at all. Okay. And one last thing I wanted to remind you all is that we get our best ideas for YouTube videos when we're having coffee. So if you're interested in supporting us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/brave brushes. We really appreciate a good cup of coffee, right,
Absolutely.
Julia?
We
Okay.
get so inspired from coffee.
Okay. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.